Hi guys, welcome to Shelly's Everyday Adventures. Thank you to the new subscribers. I appreciate having you here. I appreciate my old subscribers. Thank you very much. So today's video, I want to talk a little bit about work ethic. I talked about this before in a different video, but this is my series of giving advice to others, giving advice to younger people. What I would say to myself if I was able to talk to myself as a younger person, what I would tell my daughter, what I would tell my grandkids. Okay, so this is what I would say. We're going to talk about work ethics. So, as you know, work ethic has gone down the tubes over the years. People don't care about anything but themselves. They don't take pride in their work. They don't care about doing things right. I'm sorry. Some people out there may, but I've come across so many that just don't. I've given examples. I go to McDonald's, I order unsweet tea, they give me a sweet lemonade tea. You say, didn't you listen when I ordered? I mean, I don't say that to them, but I think to myself. So, you tell them that you'd rather have that, and then they get angry with you because how dare you? You know, they don't, they're not, it's like they're not listening. It's really weird. It's like they're tuned out. They don't hear what you're saying. I ordered something the other day from a restaurant. I'm trying to remember where it was. And the girl didn't get it right. She gave me something totally different. And I looked at my husband after she walked away. I said, you heard me order that correctly, right? And he said, yes, I did. And I said, why do people only hear what they want to hear? And that's what it seems like. They don't have any pride in doing things correctly, in somebody saying to them, or maybe people aren't saying this to them. Maybe that's why they don't care anymore. Maybe, more people need to say, you're doing a great job. I don't know. But whether people are telling you to do a great job or not, you do the best job that you can do. It is about pride in yourself. And I feel like in the United States, at least, excuse me, we have lost pride in ourselves. We've lost pride in who we are. We've lost pride in what we do. And somehow we need to figure out how to get that pride back. Um, do what do what you can live with. But apparently a lot of these people can live with doing a job that's a halfway job. I don't know. But if I were talking to my grandchildren, and I've told this to my daughter, she knows how I feel. But if I was talking to my grandkids today, I would tell them, give it your absolute best. Nothing that you do is worth doing unless you do it well as you can do it, unless you give it your all. You may not be able to do the best job. You might not be able to do as good a job as the other person. But if you're doing the best that you can do, that's all that you can do. That is all that can be required of you. Have pride in yourself. Have pride in how you look. Have pride in how you serve others if you are a server. And in your job, in anything that you do it with kindness and do it to the best of your ability and have pride in that. Pride in yourself is extremely important. And again, I feel like this country has lost sight of that. There's no pride anymore. Um, it's all, I don't care if I have a job. I don't care if, they laugh. I've heard them before, they get the order wrong, for example, and, they'll giggle in the back like, whatever, it is what it is. But have pride in yourself and who you are. Do the things that you can live with. Can you live with being that person? Can you? Ask yourself that. I used to tell my daughter this all the time. She would ask me what would you do in this situation, Mom? And I would say, listen, Whitney, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to ask you a simple question. And that question is, whatever decision that you make, is that something that you can sleep with tonight? Is that something that your conscience is going to be clear on? When you do a good job, when you have good work ethics, and you hold yourself to a higher standard in everything that you do, not just with work, but with how you treat people and how you live your life, you get to sleep easier at night. I'm sorry, there are people out there that can't sleep with themselves. They cannot handle the things that they've done. They don't even realize that that's what's bothering them. They bury it so deep that they've learned to ignore it. In one sense, they've learned to ignore it. In another sense, it comes forward to the front in your subconscious and it eats at you. So I'm just saying that I feel like you need to have pride in yourself, who you are, how you do your job, how you treat others, how you raise your family, all the things. And as long as you do that, you can sleep with yourself at night. You don't have a problem with a guilty conscience.